Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with Sleeping Beauty and Other Stories. The Fish in the Ring. Once upon a time there was a mighty baron who was a great magician and knew everything that would come to pass. One day when his little boy was 4 years old, he looked into the book of fate to see what would happen to him. To his dismay, he found out that his son would wed a lowly maid that had just been born in a house under the shadow of the nearby minister. Now, the baron knew the father of the little girl was very, very poor, and he had 5 children already. So he called for his horse and rode into town and passed by the other house and saw him sitting by the door, sad and doleful. He dismounted and went up to him and said, "What is the matter, my good man?" And the man said, "Well, your honor, the fact is I've had 5 children already, now 6 come, a little lass, and where to get the bread to fill their mouths, that's more I can say." "Don't be downhearted, my man," said the baron. "If that's your trouble, I can help you. I'll take the last little one, and you won't have to bother about her." "Thank you kindly, sir," said the man, and he went in and brought the lass and gave her to the baron, who mounted his horse and rode away with her. And when he got to the bank of the river, he threw the little thing in the river and then rode off to his castle. But the little lass didn't sink. Her clothes kept her up for a time, and she floated till she was cast ashore just in front of a fisherman's hut. There the fisherman found her and took pity on the poor little thing and took her into his house, and she lived there till she was 15 years old, and a fine, handsome girl. One day it happened the baron went out hunting with some companions along the banks of the river, and stopped at the fisherman's hut to get a drink, and the girl came out to give it to them. They all noticed her beauty, and one of them said to the baron, "You can read fates, baron. Whom will she marry, do you think?" "Oh, that's easy to guess," said the baron. "Some yokel or other. But I'll cast her horoscope. Come here, girl, and I'll tell on what day you're born." I don't know, sir," said the girl. "I was picked up here after being brought down by the river about 15 years ago." Then the baron knew who she was, and when they went away, he rode back and said to the girl, "Hark ye, girl, I will make your fortune. Take this letter to my brother, and you will be settled for life." The girl took the letter and said she would go. Now this is what he had written in the letter. "Dear brother, take the bearer and put her to death immediately. Yours affectionately, Humphrey." Soon after, the little girl set out and slept for the night at a little inn. Now that very night a band of robbers broke into the inn and searched for the little girl, who had no money, only a letter. So they opened it and read it and thought it a shame. The captain of the robbers took a pen and paper and wrote the letter. "Dear brother, take the bearer and marry her to my son immediately. Yours affectionately, Humphrey." And then he gave it to the girl, bidding her begone. So she went to the baron's brother, a noble knight with whom the baron's son was staying. When she gave the letter to the brother, he gave orders for the wedding to be prepared at once, and they were married that very day. Soon after, the baron came to his brother's castle, and what was his surprise to find out the very thing he had plotted against had come to pass. But he was not put off that way, and he took the girl for a walk, as he said, along the cliffs, and when he got her all alone, he took her by the arm and was going to throw her over. But she begged hard for her life. "I have not done anything," she said. "If only you would spare me, I will do anything you wish. I will never see you or our son again till you desire it." Then the baron took off his gold ring and threw it in the sea, saying, "Never let me see your face till you can show me that ring." And he let her go. The girl wandered on, and last she came to the great noble's castle, and she asked to have some work given to her, and they made her a scullion girl of the castle, where she had been used to such work in the fisherman's hut. Now one day, who should she coming up of the noble's house but the baron, his brother, and his son, her husband. She didn't know what to do, but thought they would not see her in the castle kitchen. So she went back to work with a sigh, and set to cleaning a huge big fish that had been boiled for their dinner. And as she was cleaning it, she saw something shine inside it. And what do you think she found? Why, there was the baron's ring, the very one he had thrown over the cliff. She was glad indeed to see it, you may be sure. Then she cooked the fish as nicely as she could and served it up. Well, when the fish came to the table, the guests liked it so well they asked the noble who cooked it. He said he didn't know, but he called to his servants. "Oh, here, send the cook who cooked the fish." So they went down to the kitchen and told the girl she wanted the hall. There she made herself ready and put the Baron's gold ring on her thumb and went to the hall. When the banqueters saw a young and beautiful cook, they were surprised. But the Baron was in a tower of temper and started as if he wanted to do some violence. The girl went up to him with her hand before her with a ring on, and she put it down on the table. Then at last the Baron saw that no one could fight against fate, and he handed her a seat and announced to all the company that this was his son's true wife. He took her and his son home to his castle, and they all lived happily as could be ever after. Words. That's the end of that story. See you later.